Good afternoon to all of you. Thank you, TikTok, YouTube. Welcome. Welcome, all of you. Hey, before I begin, I'd like to say thank you for being on here. Today, I'm going to make coconut cream dip. This is one of the Cambodian soul food, you can say it, and it fits so well for a family who enjoy the vegetable dip. This go well with rice, go well with any kind of vegetables. But today I comprise a few of Cambodian vegetables or Asian vegetables that I can get from the Asian store, and I got a few of those. So I have thought about making this curry dip or coconut cream dip. I'm going to be using just a very little of curry sauce today, or curry paste today, because I want that spicy reddish color from the coconut and the curry paste. Okay, so without wasting any more of our time, let's start. Okay, today I have, look at what I have. For our time's sake, I went ahead and clean our vegetables. Okay, so hopefully that I don't have to be here too long and keeping you hostages. Okay, so I have string bean from last cooking. So the difference between the Asian green beans and this is string bean, because it's a little bit longer than American green beans. Okay, and this bean here is very popular in my country, in Thailand, also in Thailand, in Laos. I saw those also in Philippines. I got this from Filipino store, so I imagine that they grow this in Philippines also, and that are widely consumed in the country. It's crunchy. It has a very sweetness into it. Not too bad. It's not as strong as American green beans. You can use this for the vegetable, for the soup. You can use this for the salad. In fact, we can make this part of the papaya salad or the green bean salad itself. I had one of my cooking show videos. I was cooking this string bean here, or making the salad of this string bean here. And my kid loves it because it had that authentic, unique Khmer cooking or Thai cooking. Because Thai and Khmer, believe it or not, even they can't get along right now, but we share a lot of common sense and commonality as cookings, and some of our recipes are relatively related. Okay, but now things have gone a little apart. Hopefully, prayerfully, that thing will come back to normal. I'm gonna cover it because it have air conditioning running. I do not want to lose some of the flavor in my cooking here. So today I'll be cooking with this here. If you don't agree with pork meat, you go ahead and use the chicken or turkey. Okay, but traditionally it's cooking with pork meat. Don't ask me why, but the ancestors have way of cooking their food. Sorry. Too much air going circulate. Today is about 110, so it's super hot. It reached about 106 at about 2, so I imagine the wind kind of catching up right now. It may cool down a little bit, but it's super hot today. I don't feel like even cooking, but as usual, you know, I mean, this is supposed to be my full-time job. If I don't do this daily, YouTube will look at me like, oh girl, go to work. For TikTok, cool about TikTok. I don't care. TikTok, they don't require me to be on here because I don't get monetizing neither channel. So, but I'm building up my future with YouTube. So that's why I have to show up for work daily. I already post a few short on my YouTubes, and yeah, to keep the algorithm going, keep the momentum going with YouTube. You know, I'm there's time where I'm like, I'm done, and then I said, no, I have gone this far. I cannot just leave. You know, because the studies show that about 95% of people who start YouTube never complete it because this type of shenanigan. You know, I mean, a lot of requirement, and so I just want to keep rolling. I don't want to give up, because the things about me that if I start something, I always want to see the ending result, whether I have to climb the Mount Everest or go down to the deepest part of the ocean. I like to do that, you know, because that show, I'll keep the, let me get the green out of my mouth. So that's what YouTube holds us responsible for, working daily for the crumbs of bread. For those who already like reaching the peak of their career, get handsome reward for the content. Congratulations, you done an awesome job. I'm looking forward to one day where I can be in that in that environment. That would be nice, right? But until then, let's keep cooking. Chef Vana in, you're not there yet. So today, with this particular cuisine, so I did not see this in Thai or in Laos, or neither in Vietnam. If there are, maybe I have not fully explored into the culture of food similarity, but definitely this is the Cambodian thing, because Cambodian, they like the pungent, the spicy, and all that. You can imagine that how food could be, right? So this is one of the dish that I don't cook all the time, because it does require a bit of preparation, but my kids will love it. They love this because I make this like one of those food that I don't cook regularly, right? So to do that, let me break the fiber of the lemongrass. I might use 1 or 2, that depend on, because normally I can get about half a cup with 2 stalks of lemongrass. Okay, and because I only have about pounds of pork, I ground it already to save us some time. A little thing that I can prepare ahead, I went ahead and do that. But this is the important tutorial where some of us need to see in action, and some of us cannot imagine, because cooking foreign food, same way, you know, I always feel left out, feel incompleted when they don't show the whole audio or the whole section of cooking, you know, and it left you clueless, and they're like, hey, what happened to that episode, or that little episode, you know? Same thing. So here is a full video. Each cooking take about an hour and a half to 2, and sometimes I like to chat and stay to chat and mingle afterwards, so it take about another 10-20 minutes to do that, because I don't really get a chance to chat during my cooking, because first of all, my hand is it have to be clean at all time. And if I have to touch the keyboard and typing and respond to your guy to your comment, then I'll be here until tomorrow, so you won't like that. So it's better that I keep cooking, and sometimes I do check in with your comment. The live comment, that does not stay onto my does not stay. soon as I'm lock off, the live comments is deleted. That's why I asked that you would come in to check on my channel or my videos afterward and leave comment, so that way I know that you visit. If you make comment during my live show, especially on YouTube, it does not stay. It's done as soon as it deplete as soon as I log off. Okay, so we have about 1/4 cup. Let me measure for sure. Or even half. This is half. Okay. So 1 stalk of lemongrass, it fit perfectly in half a cup. 2 stalk is about a cup. This is half. Okay. So go into a beautiful blender. Gotta love her. She's been a veteran, whether hard or soft. She's always been on my side here. I love her. And then I'll use about perhaps I use about 1 head of garlic. On Mouth Darlene, Evan, he just walked in. Evan. Excuse me. Evan. Evan. You know, some people would buy the already peeled garlic. They don't recommend the peeled garlic in the fridge because it causes fungus. The fungus will grow in the fridge, and I know for the fact that it's true. You can put in the freezer. It may not be as fresh, but what I do is that I just buy enough for a week or two. This whole fresh of garlic here, and I just peel it myself. And there's a few ways to peel it. Sometimes people will put in a cup. Mom, mai tao nào? Hả? Cho mày tao tại khẳng mục à? Okay, one last clove and you should have enough. So this cooking right here, it's preference. Some people we don't use kalanka for these, but we do need lemongrass and garlic to spike up and cause this to be aromatic. So I'm gonna do some lime leaf here also. I have about 10 leaves, small leaves. So my lime, one of my lime trees gotten so big. I'm proud of her. So I did something that I should have done that years ago when my other lime leaf wasn't doing well. So what I did a couple months ago is that I chopped down the tree. I just left the stump of it. And guess what? It's growing. And now I know how to even prune this. When I was in California, it was already too tall to fit in the U-Haul. So what my daughter did was that, well, what I did was that I cut it down real low, probably 2/3 of the tree. So so it went into shock to fit in the U-Haul truck to transport them here to Las Vegas. So it went to shock, and it didn't do well. And it was and I left it in the pot, but then it didn't do well. So when we moved over here about 4 years ago, I finally said, okay, we can have a stable living quarter now. We don't have to move so much. So I decided to dig up the soil and plant her in the soil. That was a mistake. But that one right there, it does well. The rest didn't do well, so I have to dig them up and put it back in the pot and trim it down so low. But the other one near the big trees, it didn't do too bad. That one is doing really well, and I have to bring you to do a tour again. Right? Let me go ahead and blend this so we can get started with our ingredients. Duh. It has 2 gears, okay? One for chopping, one for pureeing. We're gonna use just a little bit of, perhaps about half of teaspoon of turmeric. Because cooking without turmeric, without curry, without color, it's just boring. Okay. I'm gonna use this Thai curry here. It's a red curry, and oops. Let me see if this is. It's basically this curry here had the same ingredients I'm comprising today, okay, save for this kalanga in it and the curry paste in it. Okay. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this to give it a nice color, and of course it's going to fry up. my cooking utensil. I love my grandkids, but I don't stop them from using it though, because they're learning how to cook, so I allow them to do that. I just encourage them to wash it and put it back where it belongs, so when I need it, I don't have to go hunting for it, you see. Okay, so this pan that I used the other day, so it's still fresh. I've only been about 2 or 3 days old. But if you're gonna have it a little longer, then you're gonna have to keep in the freezer, because it gets mold quickly. Because instead of adding water, because we're gonna be using a lot of coconut milk, I go ahead and add some liquid in here to help it blend a little bit easier and quicker and finer. Okay. Let me do this here. I needed to start the curry already. Actually, no. I take it back. I'm gonna start the coconut milk already, because we're gonna be saute this and the pork meat together. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and start a pan this way. Okay. So I'm gonna use part of this to saute it, and part of this to blend it with the pork meat, so that way it's have a very beautiful blending. If you are clumsy like I am, make sure that you turn the handle the other direction, because that can cause a little bit of health hazard. I did that before, so that's why I'm saying. Where I accidentally bumped into it. I didn't get burned though, but then I got close to being burned a few times, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. So I'm using the old can here, though I may not use the whole can, because we only have 1 pound of pork meat. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake it, because all the cream will be sitting on the bottom. To do that, we'll give it a little good shake, okay? I know. Okay. Good thing about this coconut cream is that it has self-opener, which is cool. I don't have to go search for can opener, which I do all the time. Okay. All right. Let's do this saute coconut cream. I use, it's not quite half from the other can. I use half of this, so it's about 2/3 of the can. I'm gonna leave a coconut cream to simmer for a few minutes to allow the coconut milk to release its oils and its cream, and yeah, its oil, importantly. My apology. It's my family. It's the time for the group chat. To do that, let me separate our paste. Half for the half is to cook it beforehand, and the other half where I'm gonna blend it with the pork meat, so that way when we transfer it into the pan, it'll cook quickly. It'll gonna give a nice blending already. Okay, give me 1 second, please. Smells so good. the combination of lemongrass and the kaffir leaves, it's just one of those things that you just it just can't miss, you know. I mean, it's just so perfect together. I'm sorry. Here go my pork meat. Okay, I have about a pound. I already blended earlier, but I'm gonna go ahead and blend it with my paste here. So I still have two fresh coconut that I need to be taken care of. So tomorrow we're gonna be making some sweet so that I can dispose those fresh coconut. That was in the fridge for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. So I don't want to leave it there too long. It's gonna lose the flavor. It's gonna lose the freshness. So let's make sweet tomorrow. Tune back in here and make dessert. Oh, duh. The coconut milk is boiling. I'll let it boil for a few minutes to allow it to release the oil. Okay, I think we're good because the meat has already been chopping earlier. I have a moment before I add this meat into the coconut cream. We just want to check in with all of you. How are we all doing? YouTube, how are we doing? Welcome. And what about TikTok? How are we doing? And how many of you are affected by the border conflict between Cambodia and Thailand? My heart go out to both countries. It's none of the people's fault. It's always the politicians that create some of these turmoils that make the life of civilians suffered and so far, so forth. So it's affected us. For those who have non-stick pan, make sure that the cooking tools are about the same product, which is the plastic or silicone. I know you would say, yeah, those are not healthy. I heard you. That's why I said let's use the tool that does not scrape all that stuff that we don't need. Okay. Even this right here, I don't recommend it. So the coconut milk is dancing with joy, it's bubbling and reducing the liquid, and it's thickening. It's releasing some oil. So I can smell the cream, the coconut cream really like blending really well. I mean, it's heating really well. It's releasing its oil. So I'm about to add these ingredients that we have, which is kalanga. Oh, my bad. The kaffir leaf, fresh garlic, and the lemongrass. Okay, so we have 3 fresh ingredients in here. The kalanga. I'm sorry. The lemongrass, the kaffir leaves, again, the lemongrass, the kaffir leaves, and the garlic, and the turmeric in here, and some coconut milk in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add good amount of it. I'm gonna do about 3 tablespoons because I mean it's gonna soil. It's gonna bleed. You're gonna blend this with the coconut milk really well to get the best flavor. So I didn't I might use the whole thing because I really believe that it will blend really well because my meat is about a pound. Okay, so and it's looking pretty. Dookie color. Maybe dookie color. I have to stir this because it can explode on me. It will explode on me, so I have to keep stirring it. If I'm not stirring this, then I have to cover it. And I have experience doing this, that's why I'm telling you. Once I put the pork meat, I will be able to relieve myself from stirring and all that. Just let it cook let it cook on its own until it's done. Okay, so here are the pork meat that I blended with the ingredients the same ingredient I have on here. I'm gonna let it cook for another minute to allow the ingredients that I have to release its flavor, release its aroma. So once we add the pork meat in that, it will be like a nice marriage couple. When something go well, I like to put that in the marriage proposal. Yeah. I'm sure that many of you have not heard of this recipe before because it's not a well-known recipe for other ethnic race or other ethnic, but mainly for the Cambodian. Okay. In Thai, they have different version of this. They don't use the pork meat, they use the fish instead. So I'm gonna use the other half of coconut milk for the final touch of our cooking. I'm adding the meat right now. I normally will cook the coconut and this herb here a little bit longer until it's brown, but because of time consuming, I will go ahead and add a pork meat now. Okay. Typically, I would allow the ingredient to cook really, really well, and the coconut and the ingredient to blend to allow it to release aroma, flavor. This 1 pound of pork, still a lot considered for the dipping, but I I can freeze this for the kids. So when my daughter or my son or my grandkid want to have some, they just reheat it. Okay. Let me introduce you to the important ingredient for brohokti. This is brohokti. Okay. Nam prikati. My mom brohokti recipe is a little different than mine. She does her in a Thai version where she roasted all the fresh ingredients. She saute all the fresh ingredient and she smash it, and then she cook it with the fish, sometimes pork meat also. And that she put a lot of pepper and no coconut milk into it. Let me bring out our next ingredients, okay? I received this from friend and family who brought this from Cambodia. Believe it or not, this came all the way from Cambodia on the plane to America. It's lucky in some of us, it's travel around the world. Let me explain to you a little bit about the fermented fish here, okay? The fermented fish is nothing but the processed fish. Well, they fish it, they clean it, and they brine it. They brine it over time. It takes a year for this fermented fish to mature. So once it mature, they add another ingredient to it, which is the rice bran or the roasted rice. And the reason it had that pungent smell because they allow the fish to to sit until it's processed, meaning that sometimes the fish will gone through that fermentation and rotten oil, so and that's why it smells. So this one right here, it was about $20 or more here in America, but these probably just a few dollars or even 50 cents, 90 cents back in the day at home. But now since all this tariff and since all this thing with COVID-19 that had created issue with the shipping and all that, so every time there's an issue with the shipping or the tariff, the Khmer people, the Asian people suffer because we rely heavily on the import product like from Thailand, from Cambodia, from Laos, from Vietnam, and from China. In fact, from Korea and Japan, and wherever the products are made from, the majority of our consumptions and the import are from Thailand, Cambodia, China, and Vietnam. So right here, I think it's made by the Cambodian people here. This right here, it cannot make you sick because it's nothing but salt. Okay, it's heavily salted, so it won't make you sick. It's not contaminated. It can't be because it's full of salt. Okay, look at that. You can see that they are heavily salted, and yes, and the pungent. I agree with you, but then this is like a good piece of it. I'm gonna go ahead and use the blender for this. Okay, normally I just do do manual chopping with it. So this right here is, this is more because it made out of more expensive fish, like the snake head or the serpent head fish, which is more expensive. Versus this it's called gourami. Gourami are the little fish, very little fish. It does not have the same value as the catfish or the serpent head fish. The serpent head fish is pretty expensive by itself alone. So it's coming along. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this in there to allow my fermented fish to good blending. Oh, let me bring my blender back. And for those who does not eat, a lot of Khmer people do not eat, well, not a lot. Some of the Khmer people do not consume fermented fish. So go ahead and do with soy sauce. I mean, not soy sauce, fish sauce. This does not include soy sauce. It don't work with soy sauce. Only work with fish sauce or this fermented fish. I blended really well, though. This look as though that it's been the skin been removed and the bone been removed, but I never trust the process. I don't trust the process completely. Okay. Right. So I'm going to add this already. I'm going to do half first because I don't want too much salt in it, and I can come back, always can come back and add more salt if I need it. Because this is it's heavily salted. But we need it a little bit salty because we can use this for dipping. So when we dip it with the vegetable, that will even out the flavor. Okay, let me add other flavor also. I'm gonna do about one. I already used my 1 tablespoon, so this is teaspoon. 2 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, and I'll do the same thing for the sugars. The sugar I'll probably use 2 tablespoons, which is 4 of the teaspoon. Some cream. It's not so good. It's a little pungent because of the fermented fish, but the whole the whole cuisine here would be like that. So today my neighbor would be like, yo, you know, that attitude. I don't care. It's Cambodian food. I gotta go with it sometime. You know, I've been eating Vietnamese food for the last couple of days. Like, the sour soup was the Vietnamese food, and the vermicelli was Vietnamese food. So I'm craving for Cambodian food today. So that's what we're gonna have. Okay, so let me sample it, and I'll know what I need in it, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the, I have about 1 more tablespoon. I'm gonna add the coconut milk already and see where we are for the final flavor. And if I need to add some more of this fermented fish, then I can do that. Not until I finish up with the coconut milk. Because it's getting a little liquidy right now, which is normal. It's so creamy. It's pungent, but it's creamy. Okay. It tastes pretty good right now. I just gonna add just about 1 cup of, no, I'm sorry, about one tablespoon of liquid or water. It's working. How it's gonna smell, and I don't care. My kid's gonna open the door that, but they know what it is. They can smell it. My daughter, especially my daughter. But the grandkid probably say, oh. Tastes so good. Let me put the lid on it because it's gonna explode on me. I'm gonna lower the heat. While I'm looking for I'm gonna add about one teaspoon of turmeric soup base, okay? Just to break the flavor. Again, the dipping paste, the dipping sauce isn't taking that long like we normally do, right? But the preparations of the fresh vegetable will take a little bit of time. That's what I'll be doing next, okay? But let me finish making our paste first. So this is our important ingredient here. I want to make sure that we have it right. It looks a little thick, so I might add a little bit more water and let it simmer until we finish with our vegetables. Okay. So I'm going to add, what did I have before? 1 cup, 1 tablespoon, 3, 4, 5, and let me blend it. Six, 7, 8, 9. We'll do 10 tablespoons of liquid, and I'm gonna let it simmer. By the time we're done, the water will be receded. Will be just perfect for the serving. Oh, why I do that? It is a tradition to add this. This is the pea eggplant. It come in a bunch like this. It's similar to the pea, okay? But it's eggplant. It's called bunch eggplant. So I'm gonna add this into a dip. It serves as vegetable also. Okay, I had this a few weeks ago. It didn't look very fresh, but it's still okay because and this is quite expensive. Okay, I used to have plants of this and collect this whole bunch of this and refrigerate it. I think I still have it, and this gets expensive. This is about $10 per pound because I don't know what the nutritional value of these are. It's just that part of the culture food. So it's like, it's always nice to have something close to home, you know. And yes, I'm gonna add peppers also. I couldn't find my colored pepper. I only have green. I want some red in it, so I'm gonna add some habaneros. Yeah, you heard me right, habaneros. Habaneros is not as hot as the Asian peppers. You know, so I'm gonna add about half a cup of this baby eggplant here. Okay. Or the pea eggplant here. Look like pea though, you know, I mean, be mistaken for. Oops. Let me remove my charger from here. Because I dropped some water on it. Because I don't have other cooking for it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and add it up. I know when it does that, it's look for my eyes. Could you imagine that, you know, I mean, you got like the whole space in the rooms, and then something that splashed from the cooking will land right into your nose, your mouth, or your eye. If in my mouth, I would like that, you know, lick it, but in my nose and my eyes, mostly your eyes, I couldn't understand it. Just like it had that what do you call it, bull eyes. You know, that's what I hate about cooking, is that the whole rooms. Okay, why my eyes? This is through times of my cooking experience, right? Because I make a lot of chili sauce and by mortar and the pesto. So when I smash it, and sometimes it'll land in my eyes, you know, with the chili peppers in the eye. That is like just like pepper spray. It's worse because it it's worse painful because it's fresh. So I cursed it badly when that happened. You know, like why? You know, like a whole room, the whole kitchen. Why didn't it just pop on something? Why pop in my eye? You know, ridiculous. Anyway, when my sister came over a few weeks ago, she bought this from the flea market. We don't get these in Las Vegas. Nothing grow here. I brought a plant when I first moved here. Can't save it. The element just kill it. It's too hot for it. You know, wasting a lot of water, trying to keep it alive. It didn't stay alive. So after a while, I'm like, okay, let's have a funeral. You know. So a lot of my plants I brought from California, like my guava trees, my kaffir leaves. It's very stay alive, and my dragon fruit is definitely gone. I used to have a lot of fruit per season. Now nothing, but then I can get it from the store. It's about $5 per pound here. But in Long Beach, California, my family said, Anna, when you come to Long Beach, California, bring a truck. Yeah, I will. Yeah. So the ideal of this is like you cooking your beef stroganoff with all this vegetable, you know. I mean, look at that. It's not looking pretty already. Now I just need some color. Well, let me find some perfect color for this then. Now I have some habanero here. Are you sure? Oh, shoot. It's doing in the sink. Wow. Excuse me. It was in the freezer and I removed it to the sink to thaw in the bag. Okay, heavy. So I wanted some Thai red chili, but I think it's in the other freezer. I couldn't dig through it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my habaneros. Wait, I have to remove some of this for my mom separately. That way she can still eat this. See, the job of caring for elderly is that they're no longer able to enjoy the thing that we normally enjoy anymore. I'm gonna cook this separate for her without pepper. Okay. I'm gonna add a little more liquid to it because it's still it receded already. So I have 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. By the time I'm done with the preparing the vegetable. Okay, I'm gonna add habaneros. I'll do the whole habanero because if it released the spice, at least it's at its tender mercy. Man, I need some color for real. This is, where all my chili pepper go? The one with the colors. Look at that. Don't you agree? I need something colorful. It had a lot of greens. I will do this right now. More green. Kaffir leaves or lime leaves, okay? But it is kaffir lime leaf. They add the two now together, kaffir lime leaves. I'm convinced that I'm going to add some color in that. Okay. I'm going to add some of this baby here. I would love some colors in it. It started to transform. It looks a little bit palatable. Right. I should have pierced this habaneros to bring the best spice out of it. It's not even hot, okay? This is like baby stuff. Let me add more chili pepper in it. The one I have in the freezer here, it doesn't have red color. I think I ate all the red color. That's a problem. I have about I don't have enough for 50, so let's settle down about 20. Okay? I mean, somebody gonna eat it. Hopefully that they don't cry. But because it's not breaking, it's still intact. It's still in the it's still whole pepper. So, and a habanero here is still whole pepper. I'll break it when I eat it. It'll be like, I'll let it, I'll let the flavor come later. Okay. Think we good. Stand in unity. Mom, her is done. No pepper. Have. Let's do our vegetables. I thought I have a big, oh yeah. like my tray. And I got this from a secondhand store. You know, I use it over time. So this is silver coated. It'd be nice to like the whole real silver here, right? It's gonna cost a couple $1,000 for this, but because it's silver coated, it doesn't cost a whole lot. But I just like all this antique design here. See that? Where you get this kind of stuff? Well, you either wait for grandma, grandpa to leave and pass it down to you, or you just look on the offer up. People want to sell their family heirlooms. I have a few sets of silver spoon, complete set of silver spoon and stuff like that from private collector. It's the one that they don't want to keep anything of their family heirlooms, so they went and give it away or sell it away, you know. So that reminds us that when we are no longer here, the thing that we collect, the thing that we cherish so much, love so much, is that our children keep seeking it. I mean, keep sake it, or they just get rid of it as soon as you bury you, you know. Soon they bury you. So sometimes I'm like, should I leave anything? Should I, you know? But I do this for my kids. So whoever shares this, they can have it. But I'm the one that enjoyed it, you know. I mean, the rest of the population is like, what is it for? It just filled up the space. They just don't have the same values that you do, you know, because we connected with this stuff like this, so they don't. They connected to something new. Let's sample us. Here you go. That's what I mean right here, the dipping. It's good. Delicious. So my family and I, we consume a lot of vegetable back in the day. That's why you see me cook meat with a lot of vegetable instead of the whole steak by itself. Very seldom you see us eat anything with just meat. Okay? We're not vegetarian, but we're just growing up on eating a lot of vegetables. We didn't eat moderately, we just eat a lot of vegetables. It's just part of the cultural food or growing up. Because mom and dad are always busy working on farms, and when dad takes some time to go fishing with fishing net. We don't fish like American here, okay? We like commercial fish. We catch it with the net. It's legal. Only the American have post law and everything. But then no, only for the indigenous people, you know, they don't have to get licensed to fish because they're the landowner, so they have the right to fish and to hunt without imposing. I like that. If you're married to the indigenous family, it will come with certain privileges. I know that with the indigenous lineage, they can open casino. I don't know what else, but I know that they fish and hunt on the land without being charged and being without being cited. A few years ago, my friend went fishing. He got tired of casting the nets. So, I mean, casting the rod, the fishing rod. So they said, well, no authority here, so let's do Vietnamese fishing. You know, the fishing game, they just like FBI. They stake on you from very far. So on the same token, I fish for catfish and crappies out at the some island or slough, some island in Lodi area. So I like fishing too, but I don't like to touch the bait. But my family would get the wax one, which is easier to handle than earthworm or bloodworm. Crappie would feed on earthworms, even on the wax one. So that's what I fished. And that's what I caught. Is some crappie, some catfish. Because catfish and crappie, you don't have to get the sizes. It's one of those fish are not rare, are not prohibited. But during those years where the striper bass would be limited, and you have to reach like certain size, like 18 inches in the length, and it'd have to be 18 inches, I think so. Yeah. And it's done. I'm gonna turn it off. And what happened is that my spouse, at the time, he got impatient with fishing. We went on boat actually, but then we anchored and fished on the slough. And he brought a few of his friends with him, you know, and they like to drink together, so fish and drinking, and they thought, well, you know, we're gonna catch. Well, they caught a lot of baby striper bass that day, and about late afternoon, about 3, the fishing game came. You know exactly where those guys hide the fish, the baby fish at. They went under the rock, they went under the bush. But something happened that day. They never find it. They went under the rock, they went under the bush. They couldn't find that big bag of undersized fish, right? So the fishing game came over and asked me, ma'am, do you know where they hide the fish? I said, I don't know. I was just busy fishing myself. I don't even know where those people hiding the fish. I said, please help us. I wish I know. And but because they were caught on camera and stuff like that, so everybody got cited but me, because I was just fishing for catfish and crappies and sunfish, so those are not prohibited. And I mean, you can fish for striper bass and stuff like that, but you have to take the size, the 18 inches, and then they'd be collecting like baby striper bass that big, you know, And they said, well, we said the smaller the striped bass, the better meat. They said sweeter the meat, right? So I agree with them. You know, I mean, they got the concept good, but it's just a wrong idea. So then because they couldn't find that big bag of, they have a few bags of those baby fish, and they couldn't find it. I don't know. They said that they have watched them over their stethoscope, and I don't know. I was like facing the canal, and I didn't even pay attention to what those guys were doing with the fish. So the Fish and Game were like, man, we need your help. I wish I can help you. Let's go look for it. You know, we went under the rock in the bush and there's none there, and they just give them citation anyway, you know, because they have evidence that they've been fishing for, they've been catching baby fish. So so everybody got cited except for me. Even they didn't find a small fish. I think they found a few, but not the whole bag, you know. I mean, they found a few fish that they caught that was illegal size, but the big bag of fish that they wanted to cite for, that they couldn't find it. That's why they kind of hustle me to tell them where they hide it. So, and yeah, they took pictures and everything, and it's so embarrassing. And I was telling people, you know, where do you hide the fish? You know, ask my people, where do you hide the fish? That we don't know, can't find it. Okay, so yeah, so everybody got cited for whatever the fish they can find. So they have to go to court and dispute it, you know, and they got heavy fine for, because striped bass, you only, at a time where striped bass was only, they allow 5, now they only allow 1 or 2. And everybody got heavy fines, only like 30, 40,000. No, hold on, not 30, 40,000. Some of them find 2,500, depending on how many fish that they can find catching. Okay, and the rest of the fish, after the Fish and Game left, they went to retrieve it, and they took the fish home. He said, well, I'll get this expensive fish. So I tell them I never fish with these people again. I'm never gonna come with these people again. They were just like, it's just evil. It was so bad. You know, everybody was scared. I wasn't, because I know I'm not gonna get penalized for this, because I didn't fish for striped bass baby. You know, I'm just doing catfish and sunfish and crappies, and you don't get penalized for that as long as you have fishing license. If you don't have fishing license, you cannot remove not even a scale of the fish. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, so what happened was that when the groups caught the baby fish, they cook it on the open fire, and everybody got penalized on the bone of the fish, because when they eat the fish, they didn't discard the bone. So when they can't find the big bag of fish, they found the bones that was left on the fire pit. So that's how they got the ticket on the bone that was left on the fire pit, because those people was eating the fish while fishing it, and they were swimming, they were having fun, they were drinking liquor. I don't drink, so I'm there just to have my weekend, and so I never fit in anyway. I know I bring my kid to fish with them. So from that experience, I said, I'm not gonna go fish with these people again. They just don't have respect for law. So they were having fun though, you know. They said they never gonna get caught, but they did. And the Fish and Game came on the truck, came on the boat. So I mean, there's no way they can run. So it's not funny. We're just thinking back, you know. So when when they're trying to interrogate me, is that you need to tell us where to hide the fish. And honestly, I don't even pay attention where to hide the fish. So I could have turned them in, you know, but they're my family, so. Anyway, so now with striped bass, it's even more extinct. So now they only take 2 legal size. My friend from Stockton is still fishing. I saw them post on Facebook. They catch a lot because when they put more restriction to the Fish and Game rules and regulations, people stop fishing because the license is too expensive and they can't bring that many fish home. And the Cambodian, they love fish, so they want a whole lot of fish, especially the Vietnamese. So one day I was going down fishing with a girlfriend of mine. This is when I was going through some issue with my ex. So my kid and we always went out to fish at the canal. So my friend and I, she's now living in, good old friend of mine from the camp and from high school. So she knew that I'm going through some issue with the father of my kids, and so she's always giving support, loving support. And that's how I learned to fish. That's how I learned to deal with fishing lines and stuff like that. And we never get big fish because we never really know how to fish for big fish, and we use the wrong to catch the sturgeon and the striped bass. You have to have the right kind of a bait, okay? Because I don't like to suffer the bait. I mean, suffer the waxworm was enough, right? So to catch a sturgeon, you have to go to different site of reservoir or canals. And cropper fish, it's small, you know, I mean, you can deep fry it and batter it, and this is when my fish eating was still in good standing, outstanding, so I was okay with it. And so, but now I don't know. As I got older, my tolerance for fish is very limited. But I still eat fish, though. You know, it's depending on what fish it is. I can't stand tilapia. I can't stand catfish, so I can cook catfish for my family, but I won't be eating it. I still can eat shrimps. Shrimps okay, and calamari. Most of the seafood, even with the salmon, still strong for me. But the only fish that I probably eat more often is swai fish, that white fish. Swai fish doesn't have a lot of game smell, fish smell. They're very mild. It's not very flavorful like the salmon. But and my son, he fished for black sea fish a lot, and black sea fish had a very strong fish smell. So all this vegetable here, let's go back to my vegetable here for the dip here. You can serve this as a party tray, but because growing up eating this with rice, so that's what we're gonna have. And the only difference between the American vegetable tray and the Asian vegetable tray is that, you know, I noticed that Asian people eat rice with everything, even with hot dog. And not just hot dog, okay? Bacon also, eggs, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, what have you. I mean, same thing, right? I mean, the bread and the bun are made out of out of grain. So either wheat or corn or rice. So same thing, just that different concept. Okay, so I just make it look like it had some design. So so good. Oh, I just make some flowers out of little lettuce. I mean, radish. We're gonna make some roasts out of cucumber here. Okay? You just create some cavity, a cavity here in the cucumber. Just something on the fancy notes. You when you cook fancy, people would like to stare at it. Is that it's okay to eat it? Especially my grandkids. Is it, Grandma, is it okay to eat this? Of course. Mày nhầm bài lâu hả? Mom? Mom? My mom is hard of hearing. If I talk loud, doesn't mean I'm yelling at her. In fact, she called my sister up and said, "Why are you yelling at me?" So when my sister was here, I was calling my mom 3 times. Mom, would you like to eat? Mom, would you like to eat? 3 times, and my sister turned around. Mom, louder tone. Did you hear my sister just calling you? Okay, these are the roses. I said, "Oh, you talk to me." And then before that, she called my sister and told my sister that she didn't like the fact that I yelled at her. So now she said, my sister said, "Now you owe my sister an apology because you called me to tell me that she always yelled at you. But now I just witnessed that you actually didn't hear her or didn't respond to her. So now I have to get her in and get her ear checked up. Now I got her eye checked up and eye surgeries and everything. Now it's the ears. So as we got older, I think the Lord just taking away our ability. Yep. Let me move over here so you can see what I'm doing. So this is a fun way of decorating your tray. Okay. If you want to impress your company, or if you have a picnic or a potluck and you want to do a vegetable tray here, okay, with this dip here, or you just do your regular dip, you're fine, but this is Cambodian dip, so they might like it. I discovered that a lot of Americans still don't like Asian food, you know. I mean, they're so afraid to try something new. Okay, so and I don't blame them, you know, because I have a story to tell you about that also. When we first came to America, we have the same feelings because we don't know how to eat hamburger. It took us a while because we never knew about such thing. You know, how could you blame anybody? And that's why my job here is to share all this with you, so you can get familiar with it. You know, and if you want to try it out, and you just make it. Simple as that. Mày nhắm bài mom? Mom ơi? Oh, okay. So she's ready. All right, and there you go. It's not the best, but I'm rushing for time. Let me serve my mom before she get hangry on me. Encourage her to, huh? I don't know, Mom. I don't know. Khi tàu rồi anh nhâm nó cả ở đây nhâm đằng đằng. Chúng tôi chừng trắng, chúng cao về trong cơm hộp mình bán thưa tàu chỉ tàu chỉnh từ nhâm cả ở. I give Mom a lot of vegetables, encourage her to eat vegetables, okay? I have that too long, I guess. Chop them nhum bọt lại cho nó. Tầng cùi sân tao chấm nhum bọt lại mà sân. So my mom knows what these are for, so she already got her bowl of rice. I asked her to sit down so I can serve her. Yeah, taking care of elderly people are not easy, so that's what I'm doing also. Taking care of Mom. I took care of my dad for almost 16 years. My dad suffered from severe stroke. So he never walk, talk again for 16 years. So that's how long I spent my life taking care of my dad for that long period of time. Now it's my mom's turn. So my mom, she's still capable of, or she still be able to move around. She's mobilized, but she can't cook anymore, but she can feed herself. Still need help with a lot of with all the personal needs. So these are the vegetables that she's growing up with, so I'm serving her those too. Let's see what I forget today. I'll give her some celeries. Her teeth is still pretty good. She can chew some fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, so I'm gonna serve her some of this vegetable here. Make sure that she get her proper nutrition. So So she has her cucumbers, the string beans, celeries, eggplant, and I'm gonna scoop her the dipping sauce. Here's one serving for her. Okay. Let me sample her. The same thing, except for smoked pepper. I'll be right back. Give me a minute, please. Oh, a small plate. Mm-hmm. I have this Thai eggplant here. It will oxidize, so when I do cut it, I will leave in the limes in the bowl of water with limes, some limes in it to help keep it from turning brown or tarnish. So these are the vegetables that I grew up with, you know, so I'm so accustomed to it. And this doesn't have flavor as the cucumbers, so the kids don't even like these vegetables here. They don't even eat it. No.
I'm good.
Hmm?
I'm good.
You not hungry yet? Just serve it with varieties of vegetables. So good. Delicious. You can smell the aroma of the fermented fish. Lynn? Good? Namo? Namo? Come on. Just for the beauty of it, okay? You know, I I cannot bypass this without having something beautiful. Lynn? Lynn, eh?
Mom, your car door open.
Huh?
Your car door window open.
Why?
I don't know.
The car door open?
It opened, I think, since yesterday.
What? I didn't go anywhere today, so how did that happen?
Might be yesterday, Mom.
And why didn't you close it, on?
I totally forgot.
Man. Oh, tomorrow down?
Your window.
Oh, the window, not the door.
Yeah. You on live?
Mama, tell you.
Wow.
Just trying to decorate for my.
Yeah?
It's just the window, it's not the door.
Just the window. Yeah.
Oh, because it's too hot. I think that's
Hi,
why.
Lorelai. Yeah.
Lolai's happy today. She got some carrots.
Wow. You good?
And she told me that, Oh, I found a spot that she went to her bathroom.
Where?
Behind a small bush.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, her whole
The
bunch.
lounge?
Which is good, though. You know, she's fertilizing the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that troublemaker rabbit. Can buy one.
Yeah.
All the beauty of the earth, all the beauty of the world. I'm crazy about decorating, so forgive me for a little bit. That's what take most of my lifetime is to trying to make food look pretty. Whether anybody appreciate it or not, I don't care. As long I'm happy with it, right? As long I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I'm cool. Oh yeah. Oops. Well, I got some of it right. Oh, anyway, one more and then we should be on our way to enjoy this thing. Isn't that cute? Don't you agree? You know, I mean, that's why I'm always going the extra mile to do this thing. It made me happy. So if it make me happy, the kid don't get interfere. Whatever make mom happy, let her be. I'm checking to volunteer to Cambodia. So not for the war yet though, you know, I mean, so many a little thing. First, you have to be financially stable. You have to pass the background check. You have to be able to afford your own airfare and maybe room and board. But if you go with Red Cross, I think Red Cross will take care of all that little tiny stuff, right? But I have to see. Okay, so we are. Well, let me have a bite of this. We're having rapid food today. Love it. Just so beautiful, so delicious. Okay. We give this to Lila. Lila will eat it. Right, Lila? I gave her some. Nah? Mom said it's so delicious. She's done eating already. Sometimes she's my food. She's my food review. Like if it's past my mom, I'm good. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom. Bye, John.
Okay.
Mình open.
Okay, Mom. Tục nhâm sát, Mom. Okay. Let's scoop some of our dipping sauce here. Excuse me. Okay. Quality control. Thank you for the heart, Bong. Okay. Somebody sent a lot of love today. Thank you, Bong. Thank you to the family. If the grandkids are on here. And for those who send hearts, I appreciate it kindly. So we're gonna place our dipping sauce right in the center. Okay. Here we go. Our beautiful brahokti. Let me bring you over so you can see. It's beautiful, also delicious. Anyway, I come to conclusion on my bhakti today. I like to talk over my food. It's incredibly delicious. It's it had that tinge of oriental, the flavor from the herbs and the spices that we infused with today, plus the incredible aroma of the coconut cream, contrast with the fermented fish. It's all blended so well. It makes this dipping a very, very palatable. I mean, delicious. Okay, so you can have this without rice. You can have this with bread or pasta of your choice, or grain of your choice. Okay, so not slam alone. It's so incredible. Now, this right here will go to my daughter and her family, and I'm going to join them later on. Okay, so I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your tuning in. I appreciate your support, the love, the heart, the gift, and the thumbs. I appreciate all that. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do. I appreciate that. Thank you.